The inaugural season of the PBA on Fox and FS1 has delivered history. He's the greatest! So close, so many times, and finally a major.
There it is! Long has done it!
But now it's time for the PBA playoffs. After battling all season long, only the top 24 pros of 2019 made the cut. At stake, $100 grand in prize money. Tonight, the playoff round of 16 continues, and it starts with major champions going head-to-head. PBA Players Championship and Masters winner Anthony Simonson versus hard-hitting U.S. Open champ Rhino Page. The PBA playoffs continue right here, right now on FS1. Another pulsating atmosphere here in Portland tonight as we welcome you inside the iconic Bayside Bowl for Week 4 of the PBA playoffs. Last week, the round of 16 opened up. Number 1 seed Jason Belmonte pushed to the brink before advancing. Chris Prather joining him in the quarterfinals. We go to the bottom half of the bracket right now, and we'll see who will join those two in the quarterfinals. More round of 16 encounters. It begins with 5 seed EJ Tackett meeting the Colombian Andres Gomez. That's actually our second matchup, but we're going to begin with the rising star, 22-year-old Anthony Simonson meeting the lone lefty on this side of the bracket, Rhino Page, as we welcome you to more Throwdown Monday PBA action here on FS1. Once again, Rob Stone and the Hall of Famer Randy Peterson here with you. So far at the PBA playoffs, we've seen comebacks, upsets, roll-offs, but maybe the most impressive thing that we've been able to witness so far in Portland, Week 1, Rhino Page absolutely goring the lanes in his first match.
It certainly was the most exciting part of this event thus far. Rhino Page takes to the hardwood and starts with the front 8 and really got this crowd fired up. I mean, they were on their feet with each and every shot. He gets the front 8 and then all of a sudden, he whiffs the headpin. And admittedly saying, man, I got so nervous, I got so jacked, I just got up there and threw it. But that certainly was the highlight thus far. Rhino Page taking to the floor again. But his opponent, Anthony Simonson, we know that he throws it with 2 hands. He's right-handed. He likes to curve it. But he has one other thing to his arsenal that he's recently added. A backup ball. That's right, a reverse curve. It may be an option for him tonight against Rhino Page.
And the reason it's so important, messing with that left side of the lane that Rhino Page essentially has all to himself. Simonson with the title this season. Rhino Page has done no better than third. Here's our player introductions.
The number 13 seed comes from Orlando, Florida. Give it up for Rhino Page. He'll be facing the number 4 seed from Little Elm, Texas. Put your hands together for Anthony Simonson.
All right, let's join Simonson, Page, and the third member of our FS1 team, Kimberly Pressler.
So, Anthony, Rhino actually has the highest game so far in playoffs, but, you know, he's a left-hander, and I just saw you in practice throw a backup ball, and you've had some success doing that before, so do you think that's going to be doing something tonight, so you put a little extra traffic on his side?
I don't think so. You know, he's on his side of the lane, I'm on my side of the lane by myself. Threw one shot, it didn't look anything like it did on the other side of the building, so we'll be on the right side of the lane, and we're just going to have to try to outbowl him.
All right, thank you so much for your time. So, Rhino, we just talked about the fact that you have the highest game so far in playoffs, but since that game, you have given an interview, and you said that you let the pressure of this amazing crowd, which I can imagine can be overwhelming sometimes, get to you. So how do you plan to move forward and not let that happen tonight?
You know, just make one good shot at a time. We got an awesome crowd here. I'm going to try not to feed off them too much, keep my adrenaline in control, but I'm excited to come out here. This is the greatest crowd on earth.
They sure are. Thank you, and good luck, guys.
All right, Kimberly, thank you. Here in the round of 16, it is a race to 2 points. You win a game, you get a point. You win both games, you advance to the round of 8. However, if we are split 1 point each,
We go to a 2-frame roll-off. Essentially, we bowl the 9th and 10th frames. We saw that last week with Jason Belmonte and Kyle Troop as we take a look at our lane conditions, Randall.
And it's the 39-foot Don Carter oil pattern. It is very gettable and scoreable if the players can execute. Simonson's going to be playing this area, and we know what Rhino Page is going to be doing. He's going to go much straighter just outside second arrow.
Page will start us off. 12th year on the tour. Hasn't won on TV this season.
Picking up where he left off, Rob.
Good strategy. Simonson, need to remind yourself, he's just 22 years old, has already won 6 titles, 2 of them majors.
And the one player out of the 24 we interviewed that said the crowd actually calms him down. Remember that when he said that in his interview? He's like, oh, like when the crowd gets really going? Oh yeah, that kind of puts me at ease.
With more going on, it's easier for him to not be distracted. You and I both kind of rolled our eyes at that, right? We were like, what? I wish I had that skill set. Whatever works for you. Safe.
Rob, we're bowling on lanes 14 and 15. That's why there's no ball return in the middle of this pair. 2 ball returns, one on the right lane, one on the left lane, and nothing in the middle. You'll see players having to wait for their ball to come up the ball return, pick it up and take it over to the next lane as you take a look at Simonson's arsenal, going with idle early.
Curls that one in.
Third in earnings this year, Rob. He's had a stellar season thus far.
Not the best of his career.
No.
Certainly the second best of his career so far.
Absolutely.
2016 still tops for him. Won the Masters that year, won a doubles title as well.
IQ Tour for Rhino Page. Let's see if we can take a look at his follow-through on this shot, Rob. Something didn't look right to me. I want you to watch this follow-through and extension. And that doesn't look like Rhino's typical follow-through. That almost looked like a save, and sure enough, the ball comes up light.
What was missing from that follow-through?
Typically, his follow-through is much straighter, and that one went to the right. We'll see if we can pick it up on this next shot, and something to look for.
Strike spare for Rhino. We're even through 2. Game 1 of 2 between Page and Simonson. EJ Tackett, Andres Gomez a little bit later tonight. How did that 10 not go down? Surrounded and smothered, but defiant.
See if this follow-through is any better. He just looks like he's having a little trouble getting his ball to curve enough. That follow-through is a little bit straighter. Almost like this pattern is playing a little slicker for him tonight.
Remember, in week 1, he dropped the opening 8 en route to a 266. Still our high score here at the PBA playoffs.
Hydration, very important, especially when there's this much energy, action, nerves, anxiety. Youngest player ever to win the USBC Masters.
Wasn't even 20.
teenager to win a major. Oh, there goes the 10-pin.
Take a look at the 10-pin here. The second-year right catches just enough for the 10. 10-pin looks like it just got hit by a taser.
Don't tase me, bro.
Don't
no.
tase me, bro.
I have not been hit by a taser.
Come on, I know you have.
Question.
I've seen you eat a ghost pepper. You've had to be hit by a taser. It's just like stuff that you do.
I have done regrettable things for sure, but a taser has never found their way to my flesh. But it's early.
That's pretty. That is gorgeous.
Well, he's getting it back from spots where none of the other players have been able to get it back from, meaning that far to the right, Rob, and it's still getting back to the pocket. And this is the kind of touch that Simonson can put on a bowling ball. I mean, that is wide right. And that great pin action.
So a triple for Simonson after the opening 9 spare. Rhino so comfortable in his week 1 opening round matchup. Struggling a little bit more here, but gets his second strike.
Looked like he went a little bit straighter on that shot, and it worked out.
Sometimes straighter's greater.
Now, you see that follow through going to the left side of his head? That's what I'm talking about. That ball finished up nicely. He got better roll on it, and that looks more like Rhino Page style.
266, 205 over Sean Maldonado in the first round in our opening week of coverage here of the PBA playoffs from Portland, Maine. Glad you're with us here on another Knockdown Monday. Week 4 of this tournament concludes early June here, and another strike for Page. 2 in a row.
The Crumbler. I love the fact that he's got really fast feet. That gets his body moving to the foul line so his arm can stay nice and relaxed. And he's won this one. Get up, get up. It does. Crumbles the bucket late.
Love it when the head pin goes aerial to take down shrapnel.
It looks like a mosh pit. Instead of bodies flying around, it's pins. I love it. Oh, man. He liked that one, too. That was pretty close to his ideal line, wasn't it? 6-pin, second to the left, second to the right, just left of the 10-pin. He was within a half an inch of his last strike ball on that lane. One of the best young players I've seen in a long, long time. 22 years old, this kid. We talked about him being able to throw a backup ball. I've seen it. We saw it earlier in the year in Arlington, Texas. But no need for one tonight. He's got a nice line to the pocket.
Took the 10-pin for a walk and then sent it to the turf. Ten-pin match here. Page and Simonson have been electric early. We'll conclude their first game when we return to Portland, Maine in our coverage for the PBA playoffs. The PBA on FS1 is sponsored by Go Bowling. For promotional offers, tips to improve your game, news, or to locate a bowling center near you, log on to gobowling.com. Gorgeous day here in Portland, Maine. Again, wonderful time of the year to be here. Let's take a look at this week's Ebonite Flashback. We're going to go back to this year's Players' Championship in Columbus, Ohio. Simonson, Jason Belmonte in the championship match. Belmo, the 1 seed, had a slim lead over Simonson heading into the 10th. Could have shut him out, needed 2 strikes in 8, but left that crucial 7-10 in the 10th. Simonson would take advantage in his 10th frame.
Walked away with the title and the hardware for his second major of his young burgeoning career. And there is Simonson today, week 4 of the PBA playoffs. Anthony trying to get to the round of 8. He has to go through the 13 seed, Rhino Page. And Rhino's got some issues going on physically right now. More on that from Kimberly Pressler in a moment. Page, his first effort here in the 6th, working on a double.
Not a terrible shot, but just a little touchy for Rhino Page thus far. And the ball just up just a pinch high, leaving the 6-pin. And with a spare, he'll be down by 11 through 6.
In the first of 2 games here in the round of 16. It's a race to 2 points. Rhino clears that one up, but just how clear is his head, Kimberly?
It's not very clear at this point because I just spoke with Jim Callahan, Rhino's tour rep, during the break, and he told me that Rhino has had a terrible migraine headache all day, which is affecting his ability to focus and to see clearly, especially out of his right eye, which is his dominant eye. So they talked about making sure Rhino sits between frames and closes his eyes in hopes that it doesn't worsen.
Yeah, probably the one time you don't want to be in this great atmosphere as a bowler.
Yeah, that's where you want to be, in a closet.
Dark closet. They saw him blink his eyes right at the release, but gets them all to drop.
Hey, you got to fight through it. You got to just find a way. And Rhino's a fighter. He's saying just trust it.
4th strike of this game for Page. Simonson steps up, working off a strike of his own here. Up 11.
See his down lane position at 6.9 board, but Simonson has been able to get it back from the 3 board. The only player that I've seen throughout this competition that's been able to get it back from that spot.
Going after the 4-pin, takes care of that, which it usually is on the tour. Again, this is a race to 2 points. Each game worth 1 point. If you win both games, you win in advance. If the players split the 2 games, meaning they each get 1 point, we have a 9th and 10th frame roll-off to decide the final point to be awarded. And we saw that last week, Jason Belmonte versus Kyle Troop. Belmo advancing, winning the 9th and 10th frames 49-40. Boy, that is pretty. When he's dialed in, he is fun to watch.
Pretty smooth. You know, the herky-jerky motion of getting there, and then when he lets go of it, it couldn't be prettier.
Page working off a strike.
Can cut it to 1, Rob.
And that's what he does.
Beauty there. We've got a match. Another nice follow through. You can see it. That arm extending nice and straight. Let's take a look. Yeah, there you go. That index finger straight up for Rhino usually means it's a pretty good shot.
Again, fighting some migraine issues right now. Rhino can max out at 248 here in our race to 2 first game.
Big shot here. It sets up the 10th frame. Been light the last couple of times. Light again.
Double wood.
That's pretty good, too.
His eyes were pretty steady and focused there, but again, he's had a little bit of trouble this game getting his ball to hook enough on that left lane. 90% conversion rate for the 3-9 on tour. Oh. Rob, you have a term for that.
Yeah, he hip checked the 9 into the boards. He was all right. Yeah, he wasn't going to the closet for the skinny jeans for that one.
Okay. Look at
Well, I take that back. Those were, yeah.
That was pretty slim.
He went back and put on the slim cut. Yeah, no boot cut on that one.
Oh, no. Simonson now in the driver's seat, working on a strike. To extend his lead to 13 here. And more importantly, shut out Rhino Page with a couple of strikes. Holy cow.
Really interesting on just before he began his approach, you saw his eyes up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down.
Well, what he does is he focuses on a trajectory that he wants to throw the ball on. And then his eyes come straight down to the floor, and that's where he targets. Rhino Page max score now is only 226, and Simonson's at 229. So 9 spare 9 will give Simonson 227. How about you? Game 1 winner, Simonson.
Simonson shuts out Page in game 1. Can Rhino bounce back? Game 2 next here at the PBA playoffs.
I'm Rhino Page, and you're watching the PBA on FS1.
You can also watch the Women's World Cup on FS1 and Fox this summer. Alex Morgan, Carly Lloyd, and the rest of the defending World Cup women's champs head to France looking for their historic 4th World Cup title. Every match live on Fox and FS1 coming your way early June.
Any chance we catch you
100%
doing any of
chance.
that?
A 1,000% chance you're going to catch me.
That's awesome.
Doing
I'm
that.
going to watch because I'm not a big soccer follower, but because you're doing it, I'm going to watch.
It's worth it. It's worth it to watch this incredible women's national team and what they've been able to do. Anthony Simonson with a 23-10 win over Rhino Page in game 1. Dropped 2 turkeys, 7 total strikes in the victory. And Kimberly, though, standing by with Rhino Page, who must get a win here.
Yes, he absolutely needs this win right now, but when I told you you needed to come over here for this interview, I stared you over there with your eyes closed, and I know that Jim Callahan said that you have a migraine, so how is that affecting your bowling tonight?
I wouldn't say it's affecting it one way or another. I'm having a little bit of a hard time seeing with my vision and my dominant eye, so I'm just trying to rest my eyes in between shots. It's really bright here, so that stirs things up a little bit, but I feel fine. I'm ready to go.
All right, you heard it here. He says he's ready to go.
He also said it's not affecting him while admitting it's hard to see. I feel like vision is fairly important in bowling.
Well, and you know what all the lefty haters are saying right now? Rhino, don't worry about it. You don't look at a target anyway.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
I look, I'm not even going to go there. No, I will. I don't get it. I don't get the lefty hate that lurks out there.
In the sport of bowling, there's a group of folks that absolutely hate left-handers that feel they have a distinct advantage because there's only so many on that side. They're just haters.
Yep.
They're left-handed haters.
Wait, you mean there's haters in the world?
Exactly.
Jeez.
But we have a lot of them that hate left-handers.
Simonson right of target there.
Way too quiet.
He's telling him he's way too quiet.
Yeah.
Again, he needs more distraction. Got to have more distraction.
Yeah. He's got a fever.
And the only cure
is more noise, Portland, more noise. The 1-2-4-8, Rob, 67% of the time, it's made every time.
Tonight's Columbia 300 fun fact focuses in on that man. Anthony Simonson, who at age 22 is the youngest player in our PBA playoff field.
I wonder if there's a Columbia 300 fun fact on who the oldest player in the field is.
I'm being told by our executive producer that there will be down the road.
I know who it is. I'm not going to give it away.
I'm going to go ahead and tell you when you're going to hear it. Week 7, May 13th. Rhino Page, yeah! Strong start from Rhino.
You know, and even though Rhino lost that first game, you kind of get a sense that he can still win this.
100%. I don't think there's any
Right?
doubt. We remember what he did in week 1 with that 266. Look at his first effort here in game 2. Just 6 tour titles and 1 major. I always feel like that number 6 is a little bit low for a guy of his quality and character.
It is. He's fun to watch, too. He gets fired up, and he's a great listen. He's very well-spoken, smart guy, and he's a heck of a bowler.
Good human being.
Yeah, he is. His tour rep, Tim Mack, said that, Randy, I think Rhino Page has the best shoulder movement in the sport. And I said, well, what do you mean by that? He says, his left shoulder doesn't move.
Simonson off a spare. That one's more on target.
I think this is pretty cool and unique with Anthony Simonson, the two-handed style, but watch how low his head gets to the ground. I mean, it's almost touching his knee.
He talked about it last week about how bowling improves your flexibility, tones you up, and you got to be flexible to get that low. Of course, it also helps when you're 22 and do things like that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the one. So now the adjustment on the left lane has to be made. He's got the right lane locked in. Remember the first frame, he missed the head pin, and now this time the soft 10. You can see the ball track right there on the lane, just inside of 4th arrow. So he's either going to move a little bit more, or he's going to try to trick it up and try to spin it through the front part of the lane and get it to come around the corner.
So a pair of spares on that left lane for Simonson. Again, Anthony won the first game. He wins this one. He moves on to the round of 8. Must win for Rhino Page. He's got an early lead as he steps up here to close out the 3rd.
Nice shot, nice carry. Take a look at this. Little light mixer by Rhino Page for 3 in a row. I love it. The fans are yelling, "Give him the horn."
Rhino takes down a poacher in the Serengeti for a ham bone.
Rhino's got the first 4 strikes in this match. Should he or any other bowler tonight roll a perfect game, everyone in America can receive a free game of bowling, courtesy of Go Bowling. To claim your free game, simply head to GoBowling.com. Register for the Go Bowling Free America promotion. Simonson is going to have to match this energy in these strikes from Page. Didn't like it. Did not like it. But he's going to love the result.
Pretty good result. He's got this accommodation thing that really works for him. As he turns his head, the ball ends up dead flush. So in 2017, he says, I'm going to stay at this certain place, and I think it's going to help me come away with a victory, while he was bowling the Wilmington Open in Wilmington, North Carolina, which was an extra frame event at the time. Guess where he stayed? My house.
You? Oh, boy. And that led to success, you're telling me?
He goes, I think the only reason why I won this week, Randy, is because I stayed with you.
I did not know that. That's good.
Another strike.
I think it was my home cooking.
What's your specialty?
It doesn't matter. Anything I could throw in the microwave.
Mac and cheese.
Actually, he loves mac and cheese.
Who doesn't? He's 22.
Right?
Of course he loves mac and cheese.
Nice shot there, doubling up.
His first pair. But it's now Rhino Page. Perfect through 4. Remember, he had the opening 8 in week 1 en route to his 266. Rhino drops the nickel.
I think he's got a pretty good fan base here. What do you think?
I think he's also pretty dialed in on both lanes right now.
Yeah.
Fighting off the effects of a migraine, having some vision issues. No problem seeing 5 straight strikes.
Just a pinch inside a target that time. As you can see by the red line, about an inch right of the last strike that he threw on that left lane, and it results in a 6-pin.
Still a fantastic start to give him some breathing room in a game he must win.
Yeah, just a little too straight up the lane.
Page in a game he must win, and he's doing all that and more. The opening 5, and he's opened up a big lead against Simonson. Are we due for a 2-frame roll-off? Find out with us next. Knockdown Mondays from Portland continue. Flow Bowling is your exclusive home of PBA's Extra Fame. It also features live streaming of all Go Bowling, PBA Tour, and PBA 50 Tour events. Next up on Flow Bowling, live coverage of the PBA 50 Tour's Mooresville Open. Anthony Simonson down 29.
But he leads 1 game to none. And right now he can cut into Rhino Page's lead by 20 with a strike here in the 6th and then another in the 7th.
Oh, he runs away from that one. Didn't see that one coming. Plot twist.
A lot of action going, except everything missed the 7-pin. That's a face that looks like it just chewed on a wasp.
Good protein. Takes care of the 7. I don't know if you've been able to hear what the crowd has been chanting. Every time Simonson is up, it's chanting juice box. And I'm going to give him credit. Pretty good chant because...
Because he's so young?
Yes. Right. He's 22 here.
That's so awesome. Yeah, he's lost his ball reaction. And couldn't happen at a better time for Rhino Page. Now Simonson gets another shot on this left lane in the 9th, but he needs to figure out and find something, because as it looks right now, they're going to go to a 9th and 10th frame roll-off, Rob.
Saw that last week. 3-6-10. Covered. Here's Rhino Page again. Remember, started with the opening 5. Had a spare in the 6th. Here he is in the 7th, up 33.
Yeah, cut that one short.
Follow through bit him again.
Yeah, well, he got that going a little bit to the right again, but he got short with it. And as a result, it was inside a target.
The smile gave it away.
Yeah.
2-7, converted 63% of the time on the tour. This is a tough one, and he missed it. Come on, back on it. Let's remember this frame. First open frame of the match. Rhino can still max out with a 256. That's the easiest split on the tour to pick up in your eyes, you think?
That's why they call it the baby split. The 2-7 for a lefty and the 3-10 for the righty. Well, this is gotten very interesting here late.
Well, both have kind of lost their way all of a sudden.
Yep.
Both struck in the 5th, Randy. Since then, it's been nothing but either spares or open frames.
This ball just never picks up. It never grabs the lane and goes light, leaving the 3-5. He's looking down at the foul line to make sure he's sliding in the correct spot.
.35 converted. The smile has left his face, though. It's more questioning right now. Still momentarily up 20. But the lifeline has been extended to Simonson.
The bowler steps up on the approach. He looks down to see where he's putting his feet. He's got a predetermined spot where he's going to stand. Then, once he lets go of it, he looks to see if the ball actually hit the target he's trying to hit. Then he looks down and sees where he's sliding. If all of those match up, nice shot. If all of those match up and his ball doesn't hit the pocket, he has to make an adjustment.
First strike since the 5th for Simonson. He immediately asked for a re-rack as we take another look at this one coming right in your living room.
.236 max score for Simo. .246 max score for Rhino.
Again, Rhino sitting, closing his eyes, struggling with the effects of a migraine right now.
This is a big shot because the last time on this lane he went high, and if this does go to a roll-off, he's going to need to know what to do on this lane.
He's only struck on it once this game. Make that twice.
Way to commit to it.
Big shot there.
Way to commit. Way to commit. Come on. Yeah, great move. Way to commit to it.
You heard him say it, right move.
Rhino wants a strike too, trust me, guys. Wants it and finds it.
2 more in the 10th, and we're going to a roll-off. That beauty there by Rhino Page, kicked in the 7 late.
Hasn't won on the tour this year. He said inevitably the breaks have to start going my way. Asked for a re-rack, he's out of them.
Hasn't won a game on TV this year until he beat Sean Maldonado week 1.
3 fifth-place finishes on the tour this season, also a 3rd place. A solid year. But without that win.
Once again, coming up light. Now, he's in danger of losing outright. His max score now is 226. If he spares this and strikes on his fill shot, he'll force Simonson to throw the first 2 strikes in the 10th frame to win. Got to be careful with this. All right.
One more shot in the 10th for Page, and then he's going to have to sit and wait to see if this one is extended.
Sticking with the same ball. Probably just throw it a little bit slower to get it to come around the corner. Give the ball a little bit more time to hook. Oh, he gave it the business. Yeah, good shot. Really gave it the wrist on that shot. Twisted wrister for Rhino Page there in the 10th frame.
Late fall of the 10 gives him a 226. Will it be enough?
Simonson needs 2 here as Rhino rips the rack. Anything less than 2 strikes here in the 10th frame, Simonson and Rhino Page, they'll go to a playoff. We're going to a playoff, Rob.
Rhino wins the 2nd game. And now a 2-frame roll-off. They're going to bowl the 9th and the 10th frame to decide that final point and to see who moves on to the round of 8.
Back-to-back 10 pins to finish for Simonson and Page and Simo.
What are they yelling? Yeah, ring that bell.
Ring the bell.
Ring the bell. Bonus ball.
Charlie Mitchell,
Co-proprietor here at Bayside Bowl. Kirk Von Kruger, Deputy Commissioner of the PBA, will break it down for us.
Ladies and gentlemen, by PBA rules, this match must be decided by a 9th and 10th frame roll-off. Rhino Page will begin that roll-off on the left lane. He will bowl 1 frame. Then Anthony Simonson will take the right lane and bowl both the 9th and 10th frames. The maximum score possible in this roll-off is 60 pins. Good luck, gentlemen.
and if I don't strike in the 9th, I can still shoot 50. Whoa, pretty good shot. This is going to be a very interesting roll-off. I mean, I couldn't even predict what's going to happen. Simonson just comes off of those back-to-back 10 pins. Rhino Page, he went light and then flushed that last fill shot on the lane he just flat 7'd on.
Spare for Rhino. Simonson steps up. Winner of this one moves on to the round of 8.
2 more of those, and Simonson is going to advance.
Slides over to the left lane. He's had a mixed bag of success there. Pretty even between spares and strikes on the left, at least if you look at his last game there. Juice the chant. The juice is loose.
One more of those, Rob, and
it's over.
Yeah, he'll eliminate Rhino Page. What a beautiful shot this is. Maybe one of the best 22-year-olds I've ever seen. Although Jesper Svensson, I think, is only 2 years older. He's not bad either.
One more strike for the win.
Ouch. 4-pin, max score 49. Rhino Page will need all 3 in the 10th to win by 1. Assuming Simonson converts the 4-pin.
Which he does. So Page knows what to do.
Rob, if we were to tie again, we would then go to a 1-ball roll-off. All 3 for Page to extend it, excuse me, to win it and to move on in the playoffs. 2 and 9, we'll go to another roll-off.
Left the 7. Done and dusted is Page.
What a shame.
Simonson, the 4 seed, advances.
What a shame. He bowled so nicely tonight through some quality shots.
A resilient win in the second game for Page, but in the end, it's Simonson moving on to the round of 8. Match 2 between Tackett and Gomez on the way, plus Randy will spare no detail in telling you. Anthony Simonson putting pen to paper. Juice box moves on, courtesy of the 49-39 roll-off victory over Rhino Page. Rob Stone, Randy Peterson back here with you. Time for this week's Go Bowling question.
Yeah.
And it's, why do I need to add a spare ball? It's my repertoire.
Well, there's a number of reasons. Spare balls are usually made out of plastic or urethane. They're not going to hook near as much as reactive resin. So if you're one of those folks that are having trouble making a corner pin, whether you're right-handed, it's a 10-pin, or you're a lefty and it's a 7-pin, let's say every time you throw it at that pin on the outside, it hooks by it. That's because the ball's too strong. So you need something that's not going to grab the lane. Plastic bowling balls, urethane bowling balls go much straighter. Also, they don't read the oil pattern like reactive resin. So if you're bowling on a tough pattern, that plastic ball is going to scoot right through it. So if you want to make more spares, and making spares are going to increase your average, get a plastic spare ball. Throw it straight at it. You'll make a lot more spares.
Straighter's greater. Great advice.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Randy. Let's take a look at our updated bracket right now. And EJ Tackett and Andres Gomez fighting to get to another quarterfinal. Belmonte, Prather, Simonson already there. They'll be bowling in late May. Tackett, Gomez trying to join them. Your 5 seed versus your 21 seed. Coming up next is our coverage of the PBA playoffs from Portland, Maine. Rolls on next here on FS1.
I'm EJ Tackett. You're watching the PBA on FS1.
Tackett, your 5 seed's got a lot of fans in the crowd tonight as he gets set to take on Andres Gomez here in our round of 16 coverage from the PBA playoffs in beautiful Portland, Maine, the Bayside Bowl. Knockdown Monday rolls on. Tackett, Gomez, both yet to win the title this season on the tour.
The number 21 seed comes to you from Bogota, Colombia. Please welcome Andres Gomez. He'll be facing our number 5 seed from Bluffton, Indiana, E.J. Tackett.
So Andres, in your first playoff show, you had to beat Dick Allen to get here, but EJ's rev rate is a whole lot higher than Dick. So how do you think that's going to hinder your lane transition tonight?
Well, I think that I've bowled plenty of years here. I know how to adjust if I see something on the lane. Right now I have a game plan, and I'm just going to commit to it and do my thing.
All right, we wish you the best of luck. So, EJ, what is your strategy against Gomez?
The strategy just the same as everybody else. Just go out and try to bowl the best that I can, and hopefully when we're done, it's good enough to win.
All right, best of luck to you tonight. Let's get to bowling, guys.
So Gomez will start us off, the 21 seed. Trying to get to the quarterfinals. Jason Belmonte, Prather, Simonson already there. One of these two will be the 4th quarterfinalist. Native of Bogota, now resides in South Florida, still represents his country internationally. Leaves the 10.
And remember, the lanes have been re-oiled since our last matchup that featured Simonson and Page. No southpaws on this side of the bracket anymore, Rob.
Now that
Page.
Rhino's gone?
Yeah, Rhino's eliminated. And remember our little feature about the spare ball? Well, guess what Andres is going to do?
Take out a spare ball.
Yes, sir. That's a plastic spare ball right there. Watch how nice and straight this goes. You'd mentioned Chris Prather as one of the players advancing. He doesn't use a spare ball. He flattens it out with his talent. Hand and wrist gets flat, and he's real good at it. Pound for pound now, folks, the strongest strike ball on tour.
26-year-old E.J. Tackett gets them all to fall.
7-9 standing, 7-9 gone. Are you wondering about the squirrel outfits?
I have been.
Check out this pin carry, and then I'll tell you. Trip 9 late. So his nickname is Squirrel. And he gained that nickname a few years back, bowling league at home. One of his buddies comes up to him and says, "Hey, Squirrel, what's going on?" EJ goes, "Squirrel? What do you mean, squirrel?" And his buddy says, "Because you always have the nuts."
Meaning you're always in control. You've always got the hand in your favor.
You always have it. It's like getting dealt pocket aces and then getting 2 more aces on the flop and the river.
Squirrel didn't like that one. He's going to have to go forward for some other nuts here on this effort. 1, 2, 4, 8. Throws that one in.
A little jacked up and a little amped, and he gets it too far right.
There's the miss.
But he still makes the spare, Rob. And speaking of spares.
Yeah, that's your Hammer Tough spare replay right now.
The 1, 2, 4, 8. And he covers it nicely. Not a big rev rate by any means, at least in today's tour standards, 371. But he's got that soft ball speed. Reminds me a little of DJ Archer in his shot shape without the loft.
More about placement, precision, and feel for him?
Yeah, it's more about touch and tricking it up and finesse and rotating the ball in a certain direction.
Back away and take it.
Yo quiero mucho. Here's a nice break right here. Trip of the 4-7-10 out late. Venom shot is EJ's orb of choice.
Another strike on that right lane for EJ. In the first of 2 games between Tackett and Gomez. Each game worth a point. It's the first to 2 points. And you move on to the quarterfinals. If we're tied after 2 games, like we were in our last matchup, we go to a roll-off as we replicate 9th and 10th frames. No, they're out tonight in Portland, aren't they?
That squirrel suit's got
Squirrels running wild. Can you dry clean that? Back-to-back jacks for Tackett.
A lot of vermin here in attendance, and they're rooting for that man right there. Beautiful shot here by EJ Tackett. He started to walk back when that ball was about 10 feet in front of the head pin.
I like how that squirrel sporting the glasses a la EJ.
Yeah, it's got EJ's signature on it. Marvel Pearl on the right lane and phase 2 on the left lane.
That one looked like it never had a chance.
And that's a big 4.
That one seemed slow. Extra slow.
Yeah. Looked like he may have grabbed that one just a little bit. And what I mean by grabbing it is right at the point of release, the player starts to try to give it a little extra, and it makes the ball hook early and slow down.
That's how we stand through 4 in our first game. Gomez down 18 after that open frame. He starts us off in the 5th. Boy, how good have the international players been here? All 4 of them still alive.
Okay. That was better. Better speed.
A little more speed on that, but leaves that week 10.
Spare ball out, as our good friend Ron Swanson says of bowling. Straight down the middle, no hook, no spin, no fuss, anything more, and this becomes figure skating. You weren't expecting that one, were you?
I was not.
I like to keep you on your toes. This year, a 3rd, a 5th, and a 2nd place finish. So it's been a pretty good year, just haven't been able to win. Bowling well, things are going to work out. He didn't seem panicked by any stretch.
Guy's 4th in earnings with no win.
Right. Tells you how well he's done. Didn't make the cut at the Masters, though, the last tournament before this one. But with 5 things to go, he was in great shape, right? And then everything went south. He told us he split like 11 times in those 5 games. Tackett, ham bone! Tackett shoots out to a 38-pin lead in game number 1. Can Gomez get the comeback train on the tracks? Find out next on FS1. The most fearless voice in sports is on FS1. The one and only Colin Cowherd, bold, unique, outspoken. You can see him on the herd weekdays on FS1 and on the Fox Sports app, coming your way at noon Eastern. Strike Jack, game summary so far here of this round of 16 first game.
Yeah, the big difference that really stands out is rev rate, and you can see just how powerful E.J. Tackett is there on the right. Also, this ball motion, you can see that Andres Gomez is actually deeper. Right here, 21 at the arrows versus 17 at the arrows for E.J. Tackett. But E.J. Tackett's also throwing it a lot faster.
Gomez down 38. Tackett surging to that lead with that ham bone. Here's how Gomez got to the round of 16. He took on 12 seed Dick Allen in the opening round. Cruised to a 236, 199 win. 37 pins better than Allen. Gomez, the 21 seed. Now taking on 5 seed E.J. Tackett.
Remember that all of these players had to qualify to get here. This is not an invitational. Top 24 after 13 events. And a ball change for Andres. Oh, nice.
So now 2 in a row for Gomez as he takes a seat.
Pretty good little shot there that finished just behind the head pin, leaving that 10 pin. But E.J. Tackett going along nicely now since the second frame.
I love when they get the anger out on the single pin spare conversion.
Well, that's become a thing with the players where, you know, when they're going to throw it straight, they throw it really hard as well.
Really hard.
Yeah, I mean, they can really bring it. Some think that it may be excessive at times, but as long as your accuracy is still good, the speed really isn't a factor. Plus, there's times where you can actually bounce pins out. For example, if you leave a pocket 7-10, you have a much better chance at bouncing one out when you throw it hard. Full rack attack for E.J. Tackett in the 8th frame.
A minor fist bump there. It's early.
Well, he's been near flawless since frame 2.
Just that 9 spare in the 7th. Lead at 27. Gomez, though, working off a double.
Yeah, good shot. Just a pinch high, but trips the 7 late.
So now 3 in a row. 5 total strikes for Gomez. He can max out at 242. Tackett with a 259.
Hello. Hey, Rob, what is that? Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4.
Bagger.
Attaboy, Rob.
4 bagger. That's what the older generation wants to hear me say.
Exactly. Check out the comparison between these two. Watch the open hand after release. Watch this. Look at those hands, nice and open. You know who used to do that a lot? Pete Weber.
Walks right away. My goodness, it was that close to a gutter ball.
And if that would have been a gutter in an open frame, this whole complexity of this match would have changed.
That close to a gutter ball.
You know what else this means, Rob, is even with a spare and EJ striking out, he can't shut out Andres Gomez now. A little too aggressive. And fires it into the OB. And that was lucky to stay on the lane and get 8.
Really fortunate.
Yeah.
Lead at 7. Gomez working off a strike. Tackett to close things out on that left lane here in our first game.
If EJ Tackett strikes out, Andres Gomez will need a double and 8. Oh.
He will not strike out.
And now Andres doesn't need that. He needs the first strike. And that's if EJ converts the 10, which he should. So he makes a 10 pin here and strikes. He'll shoot 228. That forces Andres Gomez to get the first strike in the 10th frame. What a turn of events. Crazy.
Everything seemed to be going Tackett's way. Nothing but strikes through 6 except for 1 spare.
Oh, he was cruising.
Huh? A junior hiccup in the 9th with an 8 spare.
Well, that was a
that was a big spare. Yeah, that wasn't a junior hiccup. Yeah,
that was a big hiccup.
Yeah, that was a hiccup where something came up.
All right, strike here. It's 228. Gomez will need strike 9 on the first ball. He's a winner. Strike at 9 if EJ strikes.
Which he does. So EJ with the 228.
Strike and 9 for Andres Gomez. If he does not strike on this ball, EJ Tackett wins. Game 1.
1 of 2. Still needs 9. Re-rack. Another look at this must-have strike in the 10th. We'll hop there at the end just to confirm it. Needs 9 here to get the win.
Look out. Ooh.
Gets 9.
That was close to being a 4-9.
9 is enough. Gomez will clean it up.
Well, this place got quiet.
Sure did.
All right. What a
231,
comeback.
228.
Right?
We have seen so many comebacks so far here at the PBA playoffs. We just had another. Gomez with the win. Tackett now must win game 2 or he's done at the playoffs. Make sure to join us next Monday here on FS1 as our coverage of the PBA playoffs continues. Buttriff versus the big nasty Wes Malop, the Iceman. Jesper Svensson tries to upset Bill O'Neill. Coverage begins 9 Eastern next Monday right here on FS1. Gomez took the first game, 231, 228. EJ Tackett now Must get off to another strong start and must win. Otherwise, he is eliminated.
A lot of stunned fans in this building right now.
Got really quiet when Gomez won it in the 10th. I'm not sure they fully realized what was happening.
Well, it's almost like the Squirrels have been shot with a tranquilizer dart.
Yeah, they might be hibernating or something right now. The Squirrels will come alive behind EJ once EJ perks them up. Fills their bellies with acorns.
And now you're just getting silly.
Yeah.
What a comeback, though, from Andres Gomez.
We've seen comebacks here, right? Wes Malott had a big one. Jesper Svensson as well.
Well, West came back but got a huge gift from Josh Blanchard. Whoa. Simmer down now. That could have been ugly. 10 goes late. Watch this.
10 goes real late.
7-10 standing. Thank you.
Spare ball out. A nice measured toss on the spare conversion. So a pair of 9 spares to start off game 2 of this round of 16 matchup. The winner will meet Anthony Simonson in the quarterfinals, May 20th.
Pretty sharp action there.
Pretty good looking shot.
Right? A little sharp on the back part of the lane. Andres Gomez putting a good touch on it early on. Up 1-0. He wins this. He's off to
the quarterfinals.
To the quarters. Do you call that the Elite Eight?
You can. If you're so inclined.
Thank you. There's a lot of squirrels in here.
You know who loves squirrels?
Who?
My dog. Happiest place in the world for my dog is chasing squirrels.
I think dogs in general like that.
Yeah.
Another vicious ringing 10 for EJ Tackett.
We'll look at EJ's technique here in a moment as he motors down that one. He's always in a rush to clean up those single pin spares.
As long as he makes them, he's fine. But one of the most beautiful swings out here, and I'm going to show you why. All right, so here's the down line. Watch where this ball goes from the top of the swing. Look how he tucks that up underneath him. And then, of course, the power move with the bent elbow and the cup wrist in this position here. And then, of course, it doesn't hurt to be a pretty good athlete.
That was your track technique. 1-pin game.
Oh, my.
Really?
Yeah, now it's 3 10s in a row, and that's when you know that your ball's not going through the pins the right way. This was just a little bit longer down the lane and came in a little sideways and kind of leaves that behind the head pin 10 pin.
Yeah, is that a squirrel t-shirt she's wearing, by the way?
Yes, it is.
Somebody paid money for that. Spare, spare, spare to start for Tackett in a must-win game. Squirrels need to pick up their game next time Tackett steps up. I'm growing more and more fond of the "Let's go, Mez."
I like
there's just a hint of a pause. Let's go, Mez. Wow. Oh no! Horrible 8-pin pin, the worst pin in the world. We should ban all 8 pins in the sport of bowling. Banish them! Banish them!
Thank you, Rob.
You're welcome. That's for you, buddy.
Thank you. What a beautiful shot. And then this.
Andres feels your pain.
Talk about lucky.
Still got the lead, though.
It's like a bald guy finding a gold comb. That's how unlucky that is.
Well, you could melt the comb, take it to a pawn shop or somewhere, sell it, and you're still not unlucky.
You know what? That's why I love you, because you always put a positive twist on everything.
You're welcome.
All right, let's see if he can get back on it after that horrific break. Oh, just another quality shot by Andres Gomez.
Both of his strikes coming on that left lane.
And he took it to Richie Allen, 236, 199, and now he's 1 point away, 1 win away from advancing to the quarters. The winner of this match will take on Anthony Simonson, and that match will go down May 20th. Right? Is that correct, Rob?
You are correct, sir.
Awesome.
All right, Tackett needs to get some energy back into this house.
Well, he just needs to carry a hit.
He's left the 10 pin every single effort here in game 2. Destroys it this time.
Boy, if anything stood up when that ball hit where it just hit, we'd have to call 911. Hey, Rob, guess what? If Tackett strikes here, he's going to take the lead.
Slight ball change there. Seems to be working.
Yeah, it's another Venom shock, but just a different layout.
Lead goes to Tackett. Again, Gomez took the first game by 3 pins. A late rally.
And game 1 looked like it was going to be a slaughter.
Sure was.
EJ got out of the gates so beautifully, and then all of a sudden Gomez throws the back 5 to win. Oh my.
Double there for the Colombian.
Little kick save on the 10. And the lead back to Andres Gomez. Look at that love tap on the 10.
Gomez just doesn't let this atmosphere get to him. He forces the tempo in a good way. This is a compliment.
No, he loves it.
He does. He enjoys it, but you can tell he's not getting too high or too low.
No. He's kind of a cool dude anyway. He's not one of those over-the-top.
Look at me, guys.
Scream,
yeah.
You know, if you've ever spoken with Andres or have heard him speak, he's got that deep baritone, Sosa from Scarface kind of voice.
Ooh, nice.
Right now, he's got the lead, 1 game to none over EJ Tackett.
The PBA on FS1 is sponsored by Go Bowling. For promotional offers, tips to improve your game, news, or to locate a bowling center near you, log on to gobowling.com. You had a chance to get on a boat while you're out here in Portland yet, Randy?
Not yet, no.
Yeah, we should do that one night.
I'm in.
Yeah, it sounds like fun. EJ Tackett not having fun right now, though. Must-win situation, and he is down 12 pins to Andres Gomez.
Look out. Commercial blues. We see it time and time again.
Johnny Cash singing that song.
Commercial blues?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know who's saying it, but I know who's singing it now, and that's EJ. Coming out of that commercial break, goes high, leaving the 3-6-10. Good cover.
Some venom on that spare shot.
Yeah, there was.
That was sending a message to somebody, maybe himself. Take a look at our strike track 3D. Gomez in the red, Tackett in the blue.
Andres Gomez well inside of EJ Tackett, and I'll explain why that is as soon as we get all the numbers up, but you can see that Gomez is inside at the arrows. He's definitely inside of the laydown, but the reason why is ball speed. 2 miles an hour slower, Andres Gomez is. Then
Tackett gets that one. A little bit of a tortoise in the hair, though, right?
Yeah.
Tackett, the tortoise, getting there way faster, but right now it's the hair, Gomez, who's winning.
Would it be the other way around? Wouldn't Gomez be the tortoise?
Yeah, you're right.
And then
I wasn't good with. I wasn't strong with fables. Not my strength. I did not major in fables.
Hey, Rob, have you ever visited a zoo?
So you're telling the tortoise is slow or fast? One more. It was a great story if I only had the facts right. Here's the tortoise of Gomez getting them all to drop.
He's putting a good touch on it, and the pins are responding, Rob. Upper body lean, cupped wrist, and then open hand. Look at that hand. And that's a beautiful touch. And then the pins respond appropriately. 4 in a row now for Andres Gomez.
Show right here. Come on.
And looking to increase his lead, and can do so with another strike here. 25 can go to 35.
Wow. Yeah, gets the nickel to drop. Late fall of the 7, he's up 35.
That one came back from Nova Scotia.
Moncton, perhaps? Or no?
I don't know. I've never been there. All I know, I think it's up to the right.
Mm-hmm.
And that shot was right. That wheeled back and struck.
Working on a strike. Really could use another here in the 8th.
EJ Tackett is in serious jeopardy of getting sent home. Wow. What a turn of events when EJ started strike, spare, 4-bagger, game 1, and had a commanding 35-pin lead halfway through that first game. And Andres Gomez comes back and wins. And now EJ Tackett is trailing by 47 with 2 to go. This game and match is all but over.
No disrespect to Gomez, but this is a pretty significant upset here at the PBA playoffs.
You doggone right it is.
5 seed versus 21. Gomez cooling himself off, fanning himself off. Somebody give him a mojito. He couldn't be more relaxed. Double wood. I think the squirrels are going to run away here in a moment. Chops the double wood. Gomez and the squirrel hugging it out. See, that's a savvy move.
No, I'd never do that.
No, that's good. Now you want to bring the squirrel into your camp. Right? Tackett is essentially done.
Listen, I'm never touching a dirty squirrel. I'm just telling you.
That squirrel actually looks like it's bathed recently. Looks well fed. Seems to be fairly educated. I like that squirrel. I'm all right with it.
What a performance. Gomez.
God, he wins with such class, doesn't he?
Well, he's
such a gentleman.
Yeah, he really is just a classy guy and he's very graceful. He's going to take on Anthony Simonson. Wow. I'm not sure a lot of folks saw this coming, but
I'm not sure a lot of folks saw Gomez beating Dick Allen in the opening round by 37 pins.
Yeah, one-game match. I mean, you know, anything can happen, really, but I don't think anybody saw this coming.
Now, this is a rout.
Yeah. He made it interesting there by almost throwing it in the gutter, but this game is over. He'll be in the 240s. Tackett's max 203. I got a feeling when EJ Tackett kind of turns this around, it's going to be explosive. When he starts to get on the other side of it.
Yeah. I think you could say the same for Rhino Page, who we saw earlier tonight.
Yeah, I mean, both players getting to shows and not winning.
Now instead of bringing him to his camp, yeah. Beat that dirty vermin.
Yeah, my man, there you go.
Looking now with his tour reps. Oh, we're doing some FaceTiming back home.
Yeah.
Ah, good job, Mr. Blanchard.
Right here. Right here.
Now that is cool. FaceTiming back home while he wins. Sending messages out to Merle and Isabella and Christopher.
All right, so Andre, at the top of the show, when I interviewed you, you said you have been around long enough to be able to adapt to any situation. So how much did you rely on your past experience to take out the number 5 seed?
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. You know, I had my strategy. We had to adjust around the 5th frame when the bowling ball wasn't picking up on the left lane, so I had to change balls. And then because he couldn't double in the 9th, it allowed me to be able to steal that first game that I kind of felt that I was already lost. So, and then I just bowled so good that second game that, you know, I barely, he didn't have any chance in that second game.
You really did bowl well. Now, I saw you over there. Someone was on FaceTime. Oh, I see him right there. And who is that?
My beautiful daughter. She's 3 years old. And, oh, my God, she's so happy to see me on TV, and it just feels awesome.
And she gets to see you win on TV.
Exactly. That's more important, right?
Congratulations on your win.
So the top half of the quarterfinal bracket is set. Belmo, Prather, Simonson, Gomez. PBA playoff coverage continues next week here on FS1. Another doubleheader coming away from Portland. Two pretty intriguing matchups, Randy. Jacob Buttriff, who's having an amazing season. How much more we'd be talking about Jacob if Jason Belmonte wasn't having the type of season that he's having. Simonson took care of Rhino Page just barely earlier tonight. We rang the bell for Andres Gomez to run out EJ Tackett. Simonson, Gomez advance to the quarterfinals here at the PBA playoff.